Greetings, humans. Spinning Mantis here. We've got a game review. Kind of do some reviews of what I think are the best games of 2016 and 2017. Um, Clearly, this is Life is Strange, which is a story-based game. There's no action. It's kind of like a Telltale game, if you've ever played any of those before. Um, it's story focused. I would say the games it is closest to would be The Walking Dead Season 1 from Telltale Games and maybe The Wolf Among Us by Telltale Games. And basically, in a nutshell, people will say that it's time traveling teens. But it's a murder mystery, it's a team drama. If you like young adult fiction at all, like Harry Potter, um, City of Bones, Hunger Games, and things like that, you will relate to some of the stuff in this. It is about relationships and feelings, but there are also sort of big plot things going on, including traveling through time, the paradoxes you create when you travel through time. If you go back and change things in the past, does it make things better? Does it make things worse? I can't really give anything away about this game because it is all surprises. Every episode has surprises, and it gets progressively darker as you go through the episodes. The final two episodes are very, very, very dark. So let's break this down in some metrics. I rated the graphics as 8. You could see it's sort of a stylized realism. The sets are amazing. You really have time to go and explore them and interact with them. Really, just look at this room here. This is Chloe, one of the main characters' rooms. There's just so much stuff in here to look at, and so much of it has actual meaning to the characters and the plot and things like that. So much goes on in this room. I think this is a pretty good example of how they pulled off some great artistry with graphics. So I rated the graphics 8 out of 10. Obviously something more wow or photorealistic would rate higher, but I mean, really lovely looking game. For gameplay, I gave it a 7. I give all of these types of games a 7. Even my favorite Telltale games, all they're going to get are 7 for gameplay, because basically you're mostly going through conversation trees. You're choosing which way to respond to things. There is some minor puzzle type stuff in this game, but it's more just how you want to play out your conversations. But it is great at it. And even though there are only 2 endings in the game, only 2 different endings, what you do during the game does create all sorts of branches and has ramifications within the game. So you'll see different scenes and have different mini outcomes based on what you do or don't do or how you do it in the game. But the game does only have 2 different end states of how it can end, and it's worth it, and they're both really good. And this is a game where you will be so invested by the 5th episode. The first episode's probably the weakest. Just give it some time and follow it through to the end, and you won't be disappointed. This is as good as like a Game of Thrones type miniseries or something like that, or American Gods. It's very satisfying, something well worth spending your time with. So I rated the story for this a 9 out of 10. The story is very good, very interesting, a whole lot going on. I didn't give it a perfect score. Some of the language is a little corny. There is some corny stuff in it. This game is made by French developers, and so I think part of what French teens are like and what they have perceived of American teens through American media, influenced that some. So some of the stuff can be a little bit corny, but generally I think it's really well pulled off. And you may figure out sort of what the big mysteries are before they are revealed. But I don't think that spoils the game. I think it is generally a very good, well-written story about the relationship, the friendship between the 2 main characters, and sort of the several mysteries they're trying to solve and get through, as well as the supernatural time-traveling element. I put for fun a 10 out of 10 because I was pretty much engrossed by this game straight from the beginning, beginning to end. I think I got the series when it was on episode 3, played through those like crazy, and then waited for each of the last 2 episodes, like with bated breath. Wanted them so bad, and they did not fail to deliver. They delivered totally, well worth it. One of the great things that I want to call out in this game is the use of music. There are quite a few songs, like over 12 really good songs of alternative music from like the past 10 years, and they're used in the intros, in certain scenes. The use of music in this game is incredible, incredible. This game will give you the feels. It is dark, a lot of messed up things happen, but the music just emphasizes that so well. The soundtrack, if you want to just dip into this, I obviously don't have a playthrough of this, I just have these ambient videos up, but check out my ambient playlist, see some of the scenes. I don't know if there's any spoilers in there, I don't really think there are, but yeah, you can get, there's stuff from like episode 5, I think, in there, so maybe there are spoilers, but I would say don't watch someone else do a playthrough. Just go out and get Life is Strange, whether it's the PC, whether it's the Xbox One. There are a lot of summer sales going on. I like this game so much that I bought it for like somewhere between $8 and $10 on Steam the other week. It was totally worth it for me. I'll play through it again on PC, on Ultra, and maybe I will do a series of a walkthrough of this sometime on this channel. So after all those metrics are put together, we have an average score of 8.5 out of 10, which is really, really good. I only have one game sort of rated above 9, so 8.5 is super, super solid. You can find this game on sale many places right now. I wholeheartedly recommend getting it. It is a great story that will stick with you. It is the game I would liken most to being in a movie, more so than the Telltale games, because they're more cartoonish, more fantasy elements. You don't get as engrossed in those. You do care about the characters, but I don't find them very immersive. This game is super, super immersive. You're playing as these characters in these environments. It is much more realistic. There is a lot of trippy stuff going on in this game. I'm not going to spoil anything, but anytime you're dealing with time travel, things can get kind of crazy. So I definitely, this is a big recommend, a big yes for recommending Life is Strange. I rated 8.5 out of 10. One of the best games, I'd say one of my top 5 favorite games of 2016 and 2017. I really think that it is worth your time. If you enjoy game reviews on this channel, it does help me out a lot when you like the videos that you watch. Subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, and let me know down in the comments what other games that are played on this channel you would like a more detailed review of. Anyway, that's going to be all for now. Spinning Mats out. Namaste.